Keep it up, Ace. Go, baby.
It's not
This
cake.
is the day.
Comedian Jay Pharoah is going to be joining us shortly. It is not cake. Real quick, I got a really good letter here.
Oh.
We were talking about the orange suits, and the guy that was in court had the orange suit. He escaped, and they caught him pretty quick because the orange suit stood out. And I mentioned how much I like the old-fashioned stripes. Many counties have returned to the striped prison garb because it shows up more distinctly on the black and white security cameras. When authorities originally began using orange, pink, or other single-color outfits, there was a rash of escapes because they could slide in among attorneys, visitors, et cetera, and were buzzed out of the safety doors.
Gotcha.
So this is a really awkward topic to be talking about when someone walks in the room cold. So I'll change the topic. Jay Pharoah just walked in the room.
I don't know what's going on, so whatever you were talking about is fine. I can't hear anything out there.
Oh, good.
That's all good.
We know what topic now. I want to know what topic were y'all talking about.
Oh, God.
Well.
I was saying how much I love the old-fashioned prison stripe uniforms.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
that's-
Black and white stripe.
Black and white stripes.
We had a
that's-
guy in the news who escaped wearing an orange prison jumpsuit, and he was easily caught because he was apprehended by his outfit.
Oh,
you stood out.
Yeah, well, you gotta have the black and white stripes. You know.
They're cool.
You gotta have the Pugsley.
The vintage. Yes, the bugs.
the
Throwback.
Pugsley.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just watching a movie with Ramir. What's the guy from the guy?
Rami Malek?
Yes, I was. It was him, and it was the other boy that played from Sons of Anarchy. And they had a movie that they did about the escape. It was like these two prisoners escaping from prison from like the 40s, but it was really good. But they had those stripes on.
Yeah.
And all the like Abbott and Costello, all those old movies, they had the big stripes. So I was saying they should go back to that. And this guy is a cop, and he said that's what they're doing now.
Really?
A lot of these counties are going back to the old-fashioned stripes because for a while I think the orange thing became kind of a hip thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It became a Party City Halloween costume.
Yes,
sure did.
It did. You're right.
Jay Pharoah just entered the room, and Jay, I got to tell you, I was I don't watch a lot of TV, but I was watching the show A Million Little Things.
Oh yeah. Yes.
And you were great in that.
Thank you. I'm coming. I will. Yeah, keep watching.
No, I
Watch
really
next
mean
season.
it. You play the brother of one of the key characters. You really were great.
Thank you, man.
And I'm watching it going, is that Jay Pharoah?
You know what's crazy? It was people I grew up with didn't know that was me until like 2 days later when I tweeted about it and I said something. They're like, "What? That was you?" I was like, "Yes. Have you forgotten what I look like?" It's clear.
Contextually, you're not expecting a guy who's a great comedian to be in that situation. I didn't know you were an actor. So I was watching it, and I happened to be at home at the time with pneumonia, so I was binge watching everything. And and I took my phone and I went, how you do that? You look at the cast. Who is that guy? That's Jay Pharoah. Then is that the Jay Pharoah? So then I clicked the thing where it takes you. Yep, SNL.
Yeah.
So congratulations. That's a
Thank
great.
you.
So you get to come back next season, huh?
Yeah. Shout out to DJ Nash. He actually created that part for me because originally I had read for Romney's character for Rome. I read for Rome.
Rome is the key. If you watch the show, he's the African American guy that in the beginning, the first day, is about to kill himself but doesn't because his phone rings.
Gotcha.
Yes. So I play. So originally I went out for that and gave a powerful dramatic taping of it. But they were like, we loved. It was so great. But they wanted to go a little older with them. And I was like, all right, cool. So DJ actually wrote that character for me. He was like, I want you to be in the show, and if you like it, you come back. I was like, hell yeah.
What? And just totally at random, but one of the other guys that was on that show was in here last week.
Really?
Had a bit part in it, and he was saying that if you watch the show, it's kind of like This Is Us, but it takes place in Boston. But they film it in Vancouver, Canada.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they do.
Was that good or bad?
That's a great thing. In Vancouver, there's a lot going on with the herbal essences.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because that's exactly what the guy talked about last week.
Yeah.
It's real. And Vancouver's such a beautiful place. And I got this jacket from Vancouver.
Very
baby.
nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's
I've
gorgeous.
been getting compliments on it,
Rightfully so.
It's a sexy jacket.
It sure is.
You know what I mean? I know a lot
Great
of
sex.
You said what? You had sex?
Straight sex.
It's great sex.
Straight sex.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Straight sexy.
Straight sexy.
It could be gay sexy. I have no problem with it. I'm not trying to.
No, I don't mean straight or gay. I mean incredibly sexy.
Incredibly sexy.
Back
It
to you,
just
Tom.
pops. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I've gotten a lot of shout out to whatever animal. I don't know what this is, but
Whatever animal
whatever
that is.
animal this is. I don't know, man. Listen, you didn't die in vain. This looks great. I'm just saying, look, hey, I don't want nobody to get mad at me. I don't need no Peter calls or nothing like that, because I'm going to tell you I eat pork chops and bacon and I don't care.
That's Jay Pharoah. It's good to see you, Jay. Again, I shouldn't have probably gone off on that thing about that TV show, but you were terrific.
No,
I did
man,
not know it was you.
Thank you so much for even bringing that up, man, because, the most ubiquitous thing I have out is comedy. A lot of people, and people know me from that, but I actually started with drama when I was 8 years old. And I have a movie with Steven Soderbergh called Unsane, and I just did another film with him. That's going to come out. So y'all gotta look out.
That's
for that.
great. Soderbergh loves working with comedians.
Soderbergh, but it's not a comedic role.
Sure.
Like it's Unsane is it's a psychological thriller starring Claire Foy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Me, Claire Foy, and Juno Temple and Joshua Leonard.
Nice
we
cast.
were big ones. So if y'all haven't seen that, y'all make sure y'all check that out, because that's another dramatic performance. People are like, you are great, and I was like, yeah, man. I guess SNL ain't do a good job showing this. I guess not. They didn't show those chops. They showed the comedy side. So
Do you prefer acting over comedy?
I mean, I love both, man. Anything. I love being creative. Anything I can be creative with, sink my teeth into, put my stamp on, flip. I love it.
Have you by chance read the biography of
R. Kelly? Yes.
No,
It's terrible. It's a terrible thing.
I was going a different direction. Have you read Darrell Hammond's book?
I have not, but I know him.
It's rough. I mean,
I know.
Besides being brilliant, he has a very difficult life, and you'd never know. Looking at him, you'd never go that he was like a really good high school baseball player.
Yeah.
Bruce Bochy's his best friend. And he's gone through hell. And his book, it's a little bit of the show busy stuff, but a lot of it's the incredible difficulty he has as a person. And I highly recommend it. You're reading it, and you just want to call him up and go, "Hey, man, you okay?
Yeah.
You all right, Darrell?"
Yeah, man.
Did you guys ever get into any kind of a contest of? Did you ever do any of the same voices?
We do a few. We do a few similar voices, probably like Bill Clinton and a couple of others. But
Do you do Bill Clinton?
Yeah, I mean, but it's been a while. I do not have sexual relations with that woman. That's all I can do.
That makes me laugh.
That's what I used to. When I was 16, man, it was Bill Cosby. It was wow, all the people that have messed up. It was Bill Cosby. It was Bill Clinton. It was Smeagol from Lord of the Rings. It was Cat Williams. It was Bernie Mac, and it was one of Ricky Smiley's characters, Buford. It's like this real country guy. I ain't got there, Alabaster. That's how you say it. Roll Tide. I never knew what Roll Tide meant until I actually went to the college, Alabama Crimson, and I was like,
Tide.
oh, that's why he's saying Roll Tide.
Let's talk about failures. Have there ever been any voices that you just could not nail down? When on SNL, they asked you to do something, you just couldn't get the hook.
No. Got them all. The person that I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it. It was Samuel L. Jackson, but one day I just got that joint. So I just hit the Samuel. I mean, it's so much cursing. I'm not gonna do that. You're like me doing Richard Pryor right now would not be a good look for Bob and Tom. You know what I'm saying? So
I have a mortgage. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Are you most famous for your Denzel?
I don't know what. Probably they asked for Denzel, they asked for Eddie. People always ask me, they're like, "What's your favorite impression?" I'm like, I really don't have one, and I just happen to be good at this. Not like I wake up like, "Oh man, you know what? That's my favorite to do." Like, I never do that. Like I wake up, I brush my teeth. I take a dump if I need.
Sure.
I get up. I'll shower after that, because you can't just let that marinate. You know what
I'm with you. We have that in common. I'll go home in the middle of the day.
What, to do it?
Oh yeah.
You know what, man? That's so funny too. I know but I'm still very picky with my bathroom. So I will not. Yeah, I can only use the one at my house. I cannot use the facilities.
I've got an invention for you. I've been working on this.
What's that?
It's a virtual reality thing. I'm going to call it home field advantage. You put it on, and it turns even the worst road highway bathroom
into your own bathroom.
This is genius, and I've got at least 4 patents.
I like
working on
that.
That's cool until your boss Chad walks in. He's just like, Jay? Chad?
How'd you get in my bathroom?
Why are you doing this in your office? Get it in the wastebasket.
Wait a minute. Is
Jay
that
Pharoah's
the
our guest.
PlayStation VR helmet that the company uses? You're taking a dump with this? I'm going to have to deduct this from your pay. I don't want that to
Jay
happen.
Pharoah hanging with us along with Reno.
Hanging.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Jay Pharoah was our guest. Reno Collier is right over there. The handsome factor in this room, Christy.
Yeah, it's off the chart today.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're
Lucky to be here today.
4 handsome guys in this room right now.
Yeah.
Let's see, Josh,
There are 6.
There's 6
Jay.
guys.
Reno, Chick, me, Ace.
I'm sorry, what?
Is 4 the
I'll
right
take a
number?
back seat. That's all right.
Is 4 the right number?
4 handsome guys, and there are 2 blacks in here. Exactly 2 black folks. We winning today,
We got
baby.
numbers.
You look like Barack, too. Anybody tell you that? You got a Barack face.
Now, Josh does a great Barack.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
go ahead.
no, I do not do a Barack. Occasionally, the president will come in here.
That's
Oh,
right.
here he is now.
He's a big fan of our show.
It's great to be here with all of you. And,
Mr. President.
Yep, that's right.
No, that's Barney. The
No, it's me,
dinosaur.
Barack Obama. Well, we appreciate you stopping by.
All right, well, all I got to say is this, because that was pretty good. What you might want to do is talk from back here
Okay.
and, slow it down and have more fun with it.
Thank you,
Because
Mr. President.
That's what I was instructed to do as an individual. When I met him, he said, you're doing good, Jay, but you got to have more fun, Jay, baby. I'm loose, man. I do a good job. I have fun. You want some of this? I was like, no, man, it's okay.
You want to hit this?
I would love to hang out with him now and just in Hawaii at a luau when he got one of those fat Polynesian joints. And he just rolling it. It's like, I'm not going to be able to hit this all by myself. I mean, Sasha Malia, they're done. 2 puffs and it was over.
Sorry. That's not political at all. That's just
Did you
Barack
actually
chilling.
meet the president?
Yeah, I sat in Oval Office with him.
Yeah, I was one of the things that we were talking about. Darrell Hammond, also from SNL back in the day. He got to meet a bunch of the people he did, which can be kind of weird. I know we've talked.
Are you in love with Darrell Hammond, Tom?
Yeah.
No. I was
You are.
We think you might have a crush.
We've got
Might have a
his
bit of a
number.
crush.
I think you're in love with it.
As an artist, he's brilliant. I'm sure he's a swell guy. I
swell.
really know him. Frank Caliendo has had the opportunity to meet some of the people he does the voices of, and it can be weird.
He met John Madden, and I can't do John Madden.
That's the second best John Madden I've ever heard.
Who else have you met? Whose voice did you? Anybody else?
I've met everybody I do except for Denzel Washington. He's the one I haven't met.
Is anyone upset by your imitation?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, thanks for bringing it up.
Yes, there's Kanye had a lot to say. But
Really? He's usually so
I know, right? I'm like, what? Can you really count that as him being mad? That was just him being Kanye.
Yeah, that's dope.
Shannon Sharpe hates my impression of him. He cannot stand it.
I'm guessing because it's accurate.
That's what I believe. I thought it was spot on. I thought it was amazing. And the fact that Thanon doesn't like it is just offensive to me. But some people,
I hear you.
some people just skip. Some people just don't like mirrors, Skip. And when you see the mirror, you say to yourself, "Do I really sound like that?" And I'm gonna be right there on the other side saying, "Yes, you do." Shannon hates it, man. It's everybody else. I haven't, and Ben Carson had a little bit to say, but he ain't popping. So whatever. He can say whatever. I pretty much it was a character pretty much.
He was sleepy.
It wasn't even an impression. I did these little cat hands. The hands with the hands like this, and I would turn my face, and so many people would ask me, they'd come to my shows, "Can we do the Ben Carson pose?" I was like, this is actually a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a thing, but so there's people sending me pictures posing like this. Even somebody sent me a picture of their cat doing it. Their cat. There was a picture of a baby. He was doing it. I was like, I did not know that this obscure impression had so much premise over you all life. I did not know that.
What is he, like secretary of something?
He may be retiring.
He's Secretary of Housing.
We don't gotta, you know. Let's get past him.
We just want him to have something really high profile so you can bring it back.
Oh, I wish, man. He just needs to go fill out an application and work at Arby's. I want to
Do you
parody
have a
that.
philosophy on doing impressions of people who are no longer with us?
Do I? I mean,
You're okay
can you
with
do
that?
Taft?
William Taft?
William Howard Taft.
No, but my FDR is pretty dope.
You gotta
My
sit.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt,
Sit
yeah,
for
I
that.
definitely sit down for that. I don't do Teddy Roosevelt, but I do FDR. He has the back of a chocolate eclair. That's one of his famous quotes.
Jay Pharoah is our guest in the studio, along with Reno Collier. Did you do any impressions, Reno?
Man, I can't do any. I was sitting here listening to his story. His stories are so cool. Like he's talking about Vancouver and acting, and my
on,
story
man.
is I filmed a movie in Vancouver, but it's Jingle All the Way 2, and I don't want to talk about it. You know what I mean?
I got PTSD.
I got nothing. It's like I got no story.
I didn't even know they filmed that.
Yeah, they filmed it in Vancouver.
Jingle all the
Was
way.
it Bill
Yeah.
Gold?
Was
Was it
Arnold in it?
Goldberg?
No, Arnold wasn't in it. It was Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, Larry. It was Larry.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a different budget.
You can
They cut back just a
you
tad.
can't do a Larry the Cable Guy impression after all those years?
I guess maybe. What would he
Get her done.
Yeah, I mean, it just. I heard
Anybody
it for
can
so
do
long.
that.
I don't think. You know what? Here's how stupid. I used to do one impression a long time ago, and I used to do. It was the guy from Sling Blade, Nick Nolte, and the coach from the movie Major League, all in 3 stalls in a rest area. And it goes like this. It goes. That's all I got.
On that note,
That's all I got.
this
man.
is the Bob and Tom Show. This is our first time talking with Jay Pharoah. It's great meeting you. You're so funny.
Nice to meet you as well,
And
man. Thank you
you've
so much.
retired from SNL,
Oh, yeah? Huh?
doing a little bit of stand-up here and there, and doing lots of
No,
movies.
don't do stand up. No, don't put it like that. I do stand up all the time. Let's not take that away. I did retire from SNL, do movies, do stand up, do music, do other television shows. I don't know how I'm still standing right now.
You work a lot.
But yeah, this is my life. I like being creative. It's just a creative. Whatever I can sink my teeth into, man. Whenever I can show a burst of talent that people didn't know about or something different or new, I try to
Do
do
you
it.
do Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah.
I love Stephen A. Smith.
You love Stephen A. Smith. All right. As we sit here in the cusp of what seems to be like one of the greatest morning shows ever, the Bob and Tom Show, we're going to sit here, we're going to talk about the fact that LeBron James did pass Michael Jordan as far as being the lead scorer in the NBA. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because at the end of the day, he's still no Michael Jordan. He can't be Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. He's the greatest of all time. And he took his baldness and he owned it. LeBron still hasn't done that yet. He's still trying to hold on. I mean, I know I'm holding on. I'm holding on to everything I got. But basically, in the next couple of years, I'll be bald. They'll be calling me Mr. Clean. There'll be many memes from these millennials because, they're evil and they like doing that. But it's going to be a good time. I love LeBron James. LeBron James is one of my best friends, and also Michael Jordan is too. We actually sat on the gondola in Paris.
That sounds lovely.
Oh my God!
I love Stephen A. Smith. We actually have the same birthday. Me, him, and Usher.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, loud, Herbie's loud.
Jay Pharoah in the studio.
Yeah.
Yes, Stephen A. Smith. I love it because everything is everything is at full volume.
Yeah.
He's always really angry.
Very intense.
Very intense guy. One of the nicest dudes when I met him, man. It was like, yo, he reminds me of my Uncle Patrick. Like they're so like the way that they act, and they're both Libras. We're all Libras in the same cusp of everything, man. So it just felt so familiar just talking to him. So and
let me ask you this, to go way back, and I bet you get asked this a lot.
Yeah.
Were your first impressions of famous people, or was it like your gym teacher?
My first impression was Gilbert Gottfried.
I love Gilbert.
That's crazy, and it's actually because Aladdin, he was the parrot, and I would only watch Disney stuff back in the day, and I picked up an Iago impression, and I used to do as well teachers and gym I used to do all of that. I used to get in trouble like nobody's business. But the first time I did Iago, my girl at the time, at 6, this chick. I never thought girls had cooties and everything. I was like, yo, she's bad. So our girlfriend at the time, she was like, oh my God, you do a good Iago. Like, you should keep going with that. And I was like, sure, Sarah, I'm molting. It's just a lot of screaming, and it's so funny because when you meet Gilbert Gottfried, he is not like that.
No,
tiny.
He's the most subtle and the most solemn creature. He was just sitting there, hey, Jay, I love your work. It's great. And as soon as he gets on mic, so women are crazy. You ever see how they write? I don't want to mess my voice up. I will mess my voice up. You need to do an R. Kelly impression. That'd bring it back. I want to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. Y'all don't want to believe the truth. It was like he was doing another chocolate factory. It's freaking crazy. I'm not going to touch on that. I don't know who's listening, but just know R. Kelly is a dirtbag, and we all know it. It's a freaking dirtbag. Robert. That's Gayle King.
She kept calling him that.
Robert.
She was like, she was, we're in class now, Robert.
It did, like she was talking to a kid.
Robert.
She was.
That's the type of voice that's the type of voice your mom uses on you when she's tired of yelling at you, and she's just like, okay, when I get my voice back, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Gayle scared me a little bit more than Robert.
No, she was just Robert.
Now, when you were a kid, are you a James or a Jacob?
Me? You want to know my real name?
Sure.
I hate it, but I will tell you.
Uh-oh.
You can look on Wikipedia and see this too. My name is Jared Pharoah. Jared.
Okay.
Jared. My name is Jared.
That's a great.
Well,
it's not.
Jared's about a tough time. Subway.
That fell into disfavor R. Kelly style a few years ago.
Yeah, Jared was a
You're lucky you changed it, Jay.
Sure. You were going to end up Jay either way, but still.
Yeah.
My name is Jared. That's my real actual name. I don't look like a Jared. I don't sell Subway sandwiches. I don't sell jewelry. I don't sell insurance. I'm not. There's nothing Jared about me. I love my mom, Ramona, but she with names. I don't know about that. My name is Jared. Okay? I can't get a tattoo because my name is Jared. Y'all can never get a tattoo. You can get a freaking tattoo. Your name is Jared. You just be like, oh yeah, Jared's tatted up. Like it's like Aubrey. It's like if your name is Aubrey, you can't get tattoos, Drake.
I'm looking at you, Drake.
I'm looking at you, Drake. Your name is Aubrey Graham. You have the most suburban, I went to the daycare center name ever.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm sure he's got a tattoo on his chest. It looks like the Phoenix, the Dark Phoenix. Jean Grey.
Right.
You have that on your chest. Your name is Aubrey. I'm sure Aubrey didn't get that. I'm sure Aubrey woke up in the morning and was like, oh, Drake really got wild last night.
Were you always Jay? When did you switch it up?
I switched to Jay. They started calling me Jay when I was 15. I went to private school. That's actually why I became a comedian. I went to private school for a year, and I started poking fun of. I was just like, yo, these people are weird, man. These people are freaking weird in this joint. So I just that's where I developed my comedic chops, and from there, after that, I just got on stage, man. But they called me Jay Pharoah at that place. They called me Ludacris too because I had a fro and they were racist. But
Yeah.
I was like I was one of the few black kids at this place. I had a fro and it was big, so they called me Ludacris. I was like, we're not even the same skin tone. He's more DeBarge. I'm more Nino Brown. You know what I mean?
Nino Brown.
Love DeBarge.
El DeBar.
Love El DeBarge. Love
Hell
them.
yeah.
Love those guys.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No.
go off
This
on a
is all
tangent there.
fascinating. No, I just, you were talking about names, and I thought. Now, let me ask you this:
What's up?
we had a really interesting news story this morning. That, and I'm one of the ones in the losing end of this. 30% of Americans don't know the actual names of their grandparents.
Oh,
The
wow.
4 grandparents. No, the answer is not Meemaw, Grandpa,
Oh, yeah.
Popsy. The actual names. I only know 2, and I'm not sure about one of those 2. I don't know my grandmother's names. I don't know either one of them.
I know all of my grandparents.
Do you know their?
Well,
do you know their
because
names?
he's young enough, his grandparents are probably still alive.
No.
Oh, really?
No, I only have one left. Gertrude
Really?
is the only one left.
Oh.
Gertrude?
Trudy, she's alive.
Oh.
We've lost Clyde, we lost Louise, and we lost Hallett.
Oh, great
Hallett.
name.
Hallett Farrow.
Is that no? Is it Luis or Louise? What'd you say?
Louise.
So that was a
Louise
guy.
Evans. No, that was a chick.
Sorry.
She birthed. So Louise Evans, Lomi Jones. That's what her nickname was, Louise Evans. That was my mom's.
And who is Hallett?
Hallett is my grandfather that's married to Gertrude, who is still alive. Clyde passed away.
Hallett is
5
a
years.
cool name.
That is a cool name.
It's cool.
Yeah, that's a cool name, and they gave you
They gave me
Jared.
It was either Jared or Fabian. I'm glad they didn't go with Fabian.
Fabian Pharoah.
Fabian Pharoah. Oh, here comes F squared. Like, yo, this is the double F. I mean, my real last name is Pharoah with an F. F-A-R-O-W. J Pharoah is just totally. It's just like the opposite. You know what I mean? Like Pharaoh means Bay of Pigs, and Pharaoh means royalty.
PH.
Yeah. And Jared means square, and J means cool.
Yeah.
So there you go.
What's the movie American Graffiti? Remember where remember the name of the gang that Richard Dreyfuss is gonna?
I don't.
Was
No,
it the Jared gang? Because if not, that gang would have got killed quick.
And the one guy pronounces it. Well, if you want to join the Pharaohs.
Pharaohs.
Yeah, they're the
Pharaoh.
Pharaohs. I mean, they're the Pharaohs, but yeah, remember that?
Pharaoh.
Remember Richard Gere's riding around with the guy and he meets the cool guy?
Dreyfuss?
Yeah. What did I say?
Richard Gere.
Sorry, wrong.
No, I haven't seen it in years. But
No, it's Richard Dreyfuss, forgive me. Yeah, the Pharaohs, absolutely.
cool.
Pharaohs. You know what? The way that you said that sounded like Don Pardo. That's how he used to pronounce my name. It's J. Pharaoh. I'm like, hey, Lorne, man, you better tell him that ain't right. It's Pharaoh, man.
I've got some great Don Pardo trivia.
You do?
Yeah, we had Don on the phone a couple times. We met him in person a couple times. Don Pardo, for some reason, he said at one of the interviews that he quit smoking when cigarettes hit 20 cents a pack. He was very tight with a dollar. And a lot of his references were to money. But of course,
he was thrifty.
As you know, cigarettes hit 20 cents a pack in 1924.
I stopped smoking when they were 20 cents a pack. I wasn't having it.
What is a pack of cigarettes now, like in New York?
I have no idea.
$30?
No, yeah, they're like 12.
Reno knows.
Yeah,
He
they're like
smokes.
12 if you get them in a convenience store. But like in San Francisco, they were $18 a pack.
Oh, wow. You can get
Yeah.
weed is much cheaper.
It is.
Wow.
So how much is a carton? Like 180?
I didn't even look into it.
Holy
At
hell.
18, I was like, I'll just get a cigar and suck it in.
Are you brand loyal?
Yeah, Parliaments.
I love.
Parliaments.
Yeah.
They don't. How about Funkadelic?
Well, I'll tell you why.
I always
Because,
think
well, Red
Funkadelic.
Fox used to smoke Parliaments, and when I was a little kid, I had an uncle that smoked Parliaments, and he said, "These are Red Fox. Red Fox smokes these cigarettes," and I was like, "Yeah, cool." And then somehow it stuck in my head. So like when I got older, I was like, "I'm going to move on from Marlboros to those Parliaments. Look sophisticated. Plus, it's like Pharaoh. It sounds nice. It sounds." Professional, like Reno. Nobody ever gets my like. You've been up to Montreal for the comedy festival.
For
They call me Renoir, Collier, anything. That's not even trying. Like you're just trying to be a jackass. Renoir, Collier, and I'm like that. Reno, and Collier means coal miner. I have nowhere to go with that, but that's when I
my
was
sense.
when I was in Montreal, I went to lunch with my attorney, like after the show or whatever, and I'd never been around that much French food and all that stuff. So we're sitting there eating lunch, and I ordered a roast beef sandwich, and the waiter looked at us, and he's like, "A Jew?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, he is, and he's smart." All right, never mind. Sorry.
Of course he is. You know Mr. Cohen.
He's a good one. Damn
Mr.
right.
Cohen.
So you had beef. You had the roast beef sandwich. I definitely didn't do that. I had freaking horse shoulder. I don't know why I did that.
Canada?
Yeah, that tasted weird. While I was eating it, only thing I could think about was a poor pony that was just sitting there with one shoulder.
They just took the shoulder.
He's trying to gallop. He's trying to gallop. And he's going in circles.
How's that rotator cuff, Mr. Ed?
All uneven.